Trust God's timing. When life seems slow, God is still moving. There are seasons in life when everything feels delayed. You pray, you hope, you work, yet the results don't show up as quickly as you expected. You begin to wonder if your prayers are lost in the air or if your dreams were never meant for you. In these moments of waiting, confusion often grows louder than faith. But God's timing is not like ours. He sees years ahead while we see only today. He protects us from broken paths we don't even notice. Trusting His timing means believing that every delay has a purpose, even when the purpose is invisible. People often assume that waiting means nothing is happening. But spiritually, waiting is one of the most productive seasons. It builds patience, strength, character, and resilience. It teaches us to surrender control and to lean on God's promises rather than our anxieties. When life slows down, God isn't punishing you. He is preparing you. Every moment you spend waiting becomes a brick in the foundation of the future He is constructing for you. When you trust God's timing, you stop rushing your life. You begin to understand that speed does not guarantee success, and slowness does not mean failure. What truly matters is alignment, your steps aligning with God's plan. And alignment always beats speed. The door that God opens at the right time will last, while a door forced open too early will collapse. The silent seasons that shape you. One of the hardest parts of trusting God's timing is enduring His silence. There will be moments where heaven feels quiet and you hear no clear answers. In these silent seasons, anxiety tries to take over. You wonder if God forgot your prayers. You question whether your faith is enough. You look around and compare yourself to others who seem to be moving forward faster than you. But silence is not absence. Silence is often where God does His deepest work. Think about seeds buried underground. They are unseen, unheard, and untouched by human eyes. Yet they are growing roots that will later support their full bloom. You are the same. When God is silent, He is strengthening your roots. He is preparing you to handle what you have been asking for. Sometimes, the silence is God's way of protecting you. If you heard everything too soon, you might move too fast. If you saw the full plan at once, you might overwhelm yourself. God reveals things little by little, step by step, because He knows how to guide you gently. During silent seasons, your trust grows stronger than your doubt, and your faith becomes deeper than your fears. Silence also teaches discernment. You learn to differentiate between your voice, the world's noise, and God's whisper. You begin to rely on spiritual peace rather than emotional impulses. This transformation is priceless. Silent seasons are sacred seasons. Delays are not denials. When life doesn't go according to your schedule, it is easy to think that God denied your request. But many times, He is simply delaying it for reasons you can't see yet. A delay might mean God is preparing the path, or preparing you, or protecting you from something harmful, or shaping circumstances so that everything lines up perfectly for your breakthrough. Imagine receiving something too early. A blessing delivered at the wrong time can feel like a burden. A relationship entered too soon can become chaotic. A financial opportunity accepted too early can break your stability. God loves you too much to give you something prematurely. Delays strengthen maturity. They develop spiritual wisdom and emotional balance. They help you become the type of person who can handle long-term success, not just short-term excitement. Many prayers require preparation, and preparation requires time. If God hasn't answered yet, it doesn't mean He won't. It simply means He is crafting a better, stronger, more complete version of the blessing. Denial ends a story, but delay builds a story. Trust the process. Trust the pause. The delay is working for your good. Understanding God's perfect timing. God's timing is perfect because He sees what we cannot. He understands how every event connects across years, relationships, opportunities, and decisions. He knows exactly when to open a door so that no person, situation, or force can close it. He also knows when to close the door because walking through it would harm you more than help you. You may think you're ready, but God sees the details you overlook. He sees the weaknesses that need healing, the skills that need refining, the emotional gaps that need strengthening, and the spiritual foundation that needs deepening. God's timing is not just about delivering blessings, it's about preparing your character to sustain them. Many people rush ahead of God's plan and end up exhausted. Others delay obedience and miss opportunities. But those who align with God's timing walk in peace. They move with clarity, direction, and divine favor. When you wait on God, you step into seasons that flow instead of forcing them. Life becomes less about pressure and more about purpose. God's timing is perfect because it balances the right moment with the right strength. He won't place you in a room until you're equipped to handle the room. And when He finally positions you, you will know deep down that the timing was divine. Growing while you wait. Waiting doesn't mean sitting still. It means becoming better while trusting that God is arranging what comes next. Every waiting season has opportunities to grow, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and practically. Instead of asking, when will God move? Begin asking, how does God want me to grow right now? This question opens your heart to transformation. Growth can look like developing discipline, gaining wisdom, improving your skills, strengthening relationships, healing from past wounds, or building consistency in your prayer life. Growth also involves unlearning unhealthy habits, letting go of old fears, and releasing bitterness. Waiting seasons teach you patience, but they also teach you faithfulness. They teach you to keep going even when you don't see immediate results. They teach you to believe that small steps matter. Every prayer, every effort, every act of faith becomes part of the progress. Growth is an act of trust. When you grow while you wait, you show God that you value the preparation as much as the promise. God's delays build strong foundations. Every strong building requires a deep foundation. The deeper the foundation, the higher the structure can rise. God builds your foundation in hidden seasons. These seasons may feel slow, repetitive, or difficult, but they are essential. You can't see a foundation once the building stands, but the building cannot stand without it. Likewise, people may not see the private battles you fought, the tears you've cried, or the prayers you whispered in quiet moments. But those hidden experiences become your strength. God uses delays to strengthen your faith, teach you resilience, build spiritual maturity, increase your patience, develop humility, sharpen your discernment, and prepare you to lead. A foundation built in a hurry collapses under pressure. A foundation built with care lasts a lifetime. Trust that God is reinforcing your life so your future will not crumble. Trusting God when you don't understand. Faith is not tested when you understand everything. Faith is tested when you understand nothing. There will be moments when life feels confusing, when prayers go unanswered, and when you have more questions than clarity. This is where trust becomes crucial. When you don't understand, trust God's heart. Trust His character. Trust His love. He has never abandoned you before, and He will not start now. Confusion may cloud your mind, but God's presence never leaves you. Trusting God doesn't mean you won't feel frustrated. It means you choose faith even while frustrated. It means believing the story isn't over. It means reminding yourself that God is still writing, still shaping, still guiding. You don't have to understand the plan to trust the planner. You don't need every answer to move forward. You just need faith the size of a mustard seed. God takes your small faith and multiplies it into breakthroughs. When doors close unexpectedly. Sometimes God closes doors we desperately want to walk through. At the moment, it feels painful and disappointing. But closed doors are divine protection. God sees what is ahead. He knows what would harm your spirit, delay your growth, break your peace, or derail your purpose. A closed door might feel like rejection, but it is actually direction.
God is redirecting your life towards something better. He is moving you away from people